Up. Yeah, do it again. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, can I just show, I appreciate you doing this. Come here for a second. Now watch this. Okay, so here's a skateboard, watch, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so there's your reaction again. Now watch this, okay? Come over here with me. I really appreciate you doing this. Come over here. Now, stand in equal distance with me. Right here, no, right here, right here. Now watch, Mochi, sit. Now, position A, slight amount of tension, put your hand right here. Lightly. Ready? Can you do that same thing, come in front, right between? Stay. Come back again for me. Look, light pressure. Mochi. Good boy. One more time for me, please. Mochi. So now you have neutrality here. You see? One more, dude, you're doing great. Mochi. So now you see how he's observing? Yeah. You're gonna give me this. Thank you. So is that normally an issue for you too? Yeah, okay. Okay, so watch this. Skate park here, my line is off, right? He's out in front and he's like, oh my God, I have to figure out what to do with these things coming by, right? Now, if I move him into this position, and I don't, come over here with me, guys. If I move in this position, sit. Okay, now I communicate to him like this. My dog, Mochi, eye contact, now the outside environment. His responsibility is not to negotiate all these things in the outside environment. His responsibility is just to sit here by my side and it puts him at ease, right? I don't yank this, correct him, or add pressure. I do something called isolating movement. So isolating movement is when you see him have a reaction where he starts going and panicking, we just think of this as the leash as a communication device and an extension of my hand where I'm giving him a little bit of support. So the pressure is not choking him, it's not high pressure on the neck, it's just enough that he feels that this is on, that he feels that I'm supporting him, right? So we don't want it like this, right? We want just a little bit like this. And you could come over here, give me your hand for a second. I want you to feel how light this is. You feel this? It's almost nothing, right? I like straight up, right? Because straight up is like, hey, I just want you to sit right here, okay? You see where you're standing? Yeah. Take another step forward so you're where I am, and then you backhand like this to keep him where he is. Now look at this. So this is an easier way for him to deal with all these things here. Okay, right. So if we go to this skate park, right, and we just walk with him out in front, what's gonna happen? He's gonna be like, you know, you see him start to pin, and then he's like, that volume knob starts to go ba 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 ba, and then boom, right? So the good idea is to be like, hey, let's prevent that by keeping our finger on that volume knob to keep it at 2. Now, here's another important thing. The distance between us and whatever the thing that he's reacting to is important as well. Why is that important? Because I don't want to set him up to fail by being like, hey, let me take you right into the face of this problem and then expect to keep that, like it's gonna be harder for me to turn that volume knob down. So what I wanna do is keep him at a frustration tolerance that he can handle, and then slowly and incrementally expose him a little bit more and pay attention to his reactions so that I can see like, okay, this is something that he can manage. What people do is they jump too far too fast. They go, well, my dog has problems with skateboards, so let's just bring him where there's a ton of skateboards and see what happens and then try to correct him. It's like, you're setting him up to fail. Like that's not really fair. It's like, you know, and even when dogs get enthusiastic and excited, it's almost like they're like, well, I can't calm my dog down when he's around other dogs and he sees dogs playing. So they're like, let me try to do it in the dog park. Or then they're like, let me try to do it right outside the dog park. That's like asking a kid to do math homework like right on the other side of the fence while their friends are playing Little League. It's like, it's not reasonable for them, all right? Yeah, so now you have neutrality. You see? He's very relaxed. Good. And then when he gives you eye contact, he's sort of saying like, am I doing the right thing? And then I just, instead of going, good boy, good boy, good boy, because then what do? Then it's like that, there's more stimulus, right? So we want to give calm to get calm. So when, sit, so first we're saying, stay right here, you don't have any responsibility, right? Mochi, 1, 2, 3. So he gave me that good second of eye contact, and I'm just reinforcing you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing in the face of this thing that would normally trigger you. Good boy. By the way, this formula that we're discussing is the exact same thing with your food aggression. It's all connected, it's all the same thing. You're very nice people. Can I do one more thing with you? John, can you come over there? Come here for a second. What's your name? I'm Justin.
Joe.
Nice to meet you, Joe. Okay, watch this. Can I just walk with you while you skate? All right, not too quickly. Walk with me, guys. Heel. Here, you hold him because he wants to be with you. You have skateboards here. Stay right here. No pressure, no pressure. He wants to be between you, so come over here. Good. Now ask him to sit. Now you can't just stop and say sit. You got to stop, then sit.
Sit.
Hand, come in. There we go. And then just come right around the front, just right around us. In a circle. Hold. And that's it, relax. Okay, so you see he gets a little bit excited, but all you have to do is say his name, and then you're saying like, listen, you're doing the right thing in relationship to this thing that could be bothering you. Thank you, sir. Have a great skate. Yeah, we're just training him when he has reactivity to things. So, I mean, he doesn't have it now, so. Okay, cool. Have a good day. Okay, so we'll practice it. Does that make sense? You see that? So all you're doing is saying like, hey, he's like, oh my God, I don't know what to make of this thing. He loves you guys, right? You can see he's got a little bit of like an attachment thing. It's like, if I give you my dog and you go take a walk, he's like, cool, I guess I'll see Dad later. You know what I mean? So we'll work on that, but that proves the point, because in a way, your relationship to them is heightened by the leash because you're tied to them, right? So the leash is communicating like, hey, I'm attached to these people I love, and if I feel like there's something I need to protect myself and protect them from, that relationship is heightened, right? Furthermore, it also works as a communication device where you could say, hey buddy, you are attached to me, and I want you to just chill out right here where you don't have any responsibility. You understand? When people just use the leash as a tether, where it's like, my dog is this fluff ball on the end of a string and everything is random, then that, you know, you're not communicating anything of value. So when we put him into position A, isolate the movement, you can see I even went a little lighter than you went at first. Like, you don't need to like hold any pressure. It's just this little bit of support, right? And the reason we're using the martingale is because it doesn't put pressure on the trachea and it closes on itself, right? So position A, and then I asked for eye contact. You notice I said his name a bunch. Mochi. Good boy, right? So he's like, I see this thing, you see his eyes pinning, right? Then you say his name, which breaks, which you know, the volume knob's going up. You say his name, that's your finger going on the actual volume knob, and then you turn it down by saying his name and then petting him and saying, you're doing the right thing. This is where you're supposed to be. So you're just taking the responsibility off his little beautiful blue-eyed shoulders. All right, so we'll try this again. Oh, there you go. Okay, so you see?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's do the same thing. Let's put him into position A, right? Because you hear these things as well. Say his name, ask him to sit by your side. You understand this position A, right? And you understand where you have to be in relationship to him, right?
Here.
Show it to me. Right, now, also, when he starts, you see how he moves around like this? Okay, when your hand, no, hold on. I want you to do this.
Okay.
We're gonna tie a knot right here as an indicator for where we want our hand to be.
Okay.
So watch. Bup, 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 bup. This is good for you. Now what I like to do is I want you to hold it, put your hand through. Okay. Fingers on the knot like this.
Okay.
Now, talk to him like this.
Mochi.
Now, right here. So here's skateboards coming by again. Now, your line is off. Switch yourself to the other side of him. Other side. This side. Right, because now switch your hand. Yeah. See, there's your reaction. Now look. No force here. If you think about it, right, we want We want you mitigating, just stay right here, look at me for a second. We want you mitigating the relationship between him and these other things on the outside, right? So if you're in position A here, right, that means you're in position A in relationship to stuff on this side. Skateboards come by this way, your line is off again, right? He's in the front, right? So the way to quickly switch this stuff is you just talk to him nice, right? You would go, Mochi, come here, come here. And then look, then I switch to this side. Mochi, sit, look, and it's very light here. If I want, and so if skateboards are coming by this way, I switch him to position A here. If skateboards are coming this way or whatever it is, Mochi, come, over here, just like this. And then now things can come by this side. Don't hold this too tight. If you want to be, you don't want to be firm as much as you want to be specific, right? So if you're holding it just like this, it's like, and then you allow him to go a few inches behind you, it's like, it's getting blurry, right? You're basically saying, no, right here, right here. You understand? Yeah. And you always here. So imagine an invisible line going out from the front of your toe line in both directions, and he just wants to, and there you go, he relaxes. So now watch, tell him sit. Sit. Now, you see, open up a little bit so you face this thing. Open your body to the thing. To this. Okay. Right, now go ahead. Now, say his name now. Mochi. 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 And now tell him good that it. Tell him what? Pet him, tell him good boy. He did the right thing. Can you come back again? Yeah, come back on this side? Yeah, come back now. This thing is coming from here, now your line is this way. Always open to it. Yeah, come back again. Watch. Mochi. Mochi. Right, there you go. When you say his name, you don't want to say it in a very like, Mochi, you want to go just go, you just want a little bit of eye contact. So I do it like, you want to give calm to get calm. So this thing is coming by, I go, Mochi. Good boy, right? So it's got sort of a soothing effect without being like, without adding to the stimulus. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. Good job. Yeah. I say it so high pitched. And also for you, don't yank when you say his name. Okay. You're keeping sort of continual support here. Okay. Heel, sit, heel, sit. Look where I am. Right here. So the strike zone, it's called the strike zone. The strike zone is between my waist and the middle of my chest here. So watch. Mochi, come. Mochi, come. Sit. 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 Heel. Sit. Heel. Heel. Sit. Heel. Turn. Sit. Good boy. You see? You always have to be communicating to him here. Like imagine his vision comes out this way, yeah. Right? So if you're behind this line, it's less efficient. Yeah. It's like you have to wait, he has to pick up the phone, right? Yeah. So I go, Mochi, sit. See? Yeah. Now we have a strong signal. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Try that. Just walk from there. Walk normal, walk normal, walk normal. Now, keep going straight down. Now turn around to me again. Turn around and decide what side you want him on. Now, put all the leash in that hand and pass us so that he doesn't have to deal with us. Come on, let's go over here. Now, big happy voice. Slow down, say his name and sit. Now look at the difference. Now you're going like this, right? You see how unspecific this is? Come here, walk with me. Mochi, come. Say his name big. Mochi. Wait and sit. You see? Yeah. Like that. Okay. You see? Like that. Yeah, and people don't give them a chance. They do, then they go, Mochi, but sometimes they don't look at you. It's like you're trying to teach them to acquiesce to the hand signals and the vocalizations that you're making, right? So if I go, Mochi, sit, sometimes he'll be like, okay, like give him a second to do it. Because what other people do is they go, Mochi, 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 they start snapping. They're like, now you're giving more and more information. It becomes like, now it's really confusing. Yeah, it's like those Charlie Brown cartoons. It's like, wah, 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 wah. They're waiting for the keyword. Yeah. right? So try it again. Don't say it, right, don't say his name again.
Okay.
So if you say, yeah, say Mochi. Sometimes he's not giving you eye contact, but he's like, I'm doing it. Here we go. So go ahead. Now let's see, get these guys out of the way. Lift up and now stand up. Stand up all the way. Watch. Sit. He's going. Watch. There it is. You just got to give him a minute. Now, big, strong, stop his body, big, strong, happy voice, Mochi, sit. That was a little flimsy, so give me this a little more, bam. Like if you're a but you're a conductor. You're a conductor. So it's like if I'm conducting an orchestra and I'm like, I need the drums to hit on this point, and I go, right? You have this guy with this skateboard here, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. Mochi, big happy voice and name. There you go. Still a little wobbly, right? You see how like when he went this way, you went that way? So you guys stay consistent. So here. Now which side do you want to be on? Switch right. Now lift up there. Could you do me a big favor? We're showing him how to not react to skateboards. Would you mind just here? Watch. Here's the line. Would you mind just going by in front of me? He's not gonna. You're not gonna get bit by anything. Mochi, sit. Look. Just come right in front of me. Stay right here. Now watch. Okay, that was a little jarring because it was close, right? But still, you didn't get the That guy was a little intense. I was like, all right, really. But you see, like that. But yeah, we don't want to test him like that. Like he didn't realize what I wanted him to do. But Mochi, sit. Now watch. Wait a sec. You see? Just give him a chance to do it. Give him a chance, and they will. You have to be patient, but you have to be patient, and you have to be specific. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This dog is awesome. He's easy. Yeah, it's just listen, they act in accordance with the information being given to them. So if that information is fuzzy or confusing, their behaviors are fuzzy and confusing. Right? If you're specific, then they're like, "Oh, I can understand what they're asking me to do," and then they act accordingly. So when I say that to people, they're like, "What do you mean? I'm not telling my dog to react to skateboards." I'm like, "Right, but if there's lack of clarity in the way you are communicating them to behave in the face of them, that's what they're reacting to. It's the sort of kink in the link of communication, right? So we just want to tighten that up. Like my job is to sort of solder that link a little tighter for you.
Yeah, I can tell he's easy to please too. He's eager to please, like he wants to be.
They're all eager to please. Dogs only want they're always doing what they think is the right thing. This was good.